interactive buzz, of course, globally found and famous, having some fun, and I promised it to you, and I never ever break a promise. This one is big. I told you that we're delving into the world of soca. Yes, we're doing it big. We have none other than the big man himself, Teddyson John, in the building. Teddy, welcome on.
Hey, my brother. How are you? How are you? Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We wanted to sit down with you to chop it up. We know, of course, big songs on road from what day back in how long. Some of the biggest soca songs that we definitely fed to. Big records. And right now, a new album. And I really wanted to talk to you about this one because it's an acoustic album. So tell the FEVA fans and the Teddyson fans and everything about this new record. What's that about?
It's during the course of COVID, it brought a lot of things together. It brought a lot of families together. It brought a lot of friends together. It brought my band together. You understand? And just to create a different conversation, you know. I wanted to go into a road where, apart from soca, we could have done something else, but still have these soca songs and different versions of it. And we decided to go an acoustic version. I remember during November last year, I did an acoustic version of X Games, which is Private Ryan, me and Private Ryan. And then when I saw the feedback of what everybody was saying, you know, about it, I remember somebody tagging me and they said, listening to the acoustic sounds of Teddyson John. So I figure, you know, we should probably go down that road and do a full-length album. So from just doing one or two songs, one thing led to the next, and we just, you know, we created an entire body of work with some songs that people may know and others that people may not know, because a lot of people basically got to know me from LA, you know, till now.
Big tune. Big tune. Everlastingly big tune. Yeah.
Thank you. And we just decided to have a different conversation, just to open up, you know, and give the fans a little bit more. You understand? Some of the songs for me make so much more sense acoustic than the original. And we've been getting so much feedback, and we released it on the 22nd of November, which was the Feast of Musicians, Musicians' Birthday in St. Lucia. It's a live album, first ever live, all raw, live. And then we did a full live concert, you understand, online with it. If you subscribe to my YouTube page, Teddyson John, you'll see it there. And of course, if you would love, you know, the concert to show on you know.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And you know what, as we say that too, shout out to DJ Private Ryan. X Games, yeah. Big tune. And,
thank you.
You know, you talk about LA. Vent was a big one too that did shell down the place. And so, you know, yeah. I love creatively the artistry behind this acoustic album. I love the fact that it shows a multifaceted dimension. It's not like one lane you're running. You're a multi-talented artist and performer. And, you know, why don't you share with the fans a little bit about just your musical background? Because I understand that you play instruments and you have a certain musical, yeah.
I come from the album is called Caribbean Moscato. There were so many different influences because I come from a whole bunch of different influences. I come from gospel, I come from R&B, I come from jazz, I come from the French side of jazz, you know. So I also am a full-fledged musician. You know, I'm a musician probably first before I'm a soca artist or artist. I play drums, I play keyboards, I play bass, I play percussions, I play the whole percussions, all percussions on the album, you know. And it's just me coming back full circle, you know, and allowing people to see a different influence. It's called Caribbean Moscato because the influences are Caribbean, and when you listen to it, you want to have a glass of Moscato.
You're saying it's sweet, the vibe's sweet like Moscato.
Yeah.
It's like a feeling take over me. It got me like, whoa, yeah. It won't leave me. It won't leave me. It got me like, whoa, yeah. It won't leave me. It won't leave me. Oh.
to the pride of St. Lucia, of course, Teddyson John, big things going on in his world, and as well, I want to get your take on something. Now,
Yeah.
we all know, unfortunately, as you mentioned earlier, COVID-19, the whole coronavirus. No Trinidad Carnival. I don't know what it means for St. Lucia Carnival, but what, from an artist standpoint, that's obviously traveled all over the world, has shared your music and your creative vision with so many people around the world, and to have people love something that you've created, kind of like your own baby, and you created this baby and presenting it to the world. What does it mean that there's no carnival for you this year as an artist? How are you processing that? Obviously, again, you put out an acoustic album, but what is your sentiment? What does that feel like?
It's very difficult. I'm not gonna act like it's easy. It's not. I think what kills it more is the uncertainty of everything, and we don't know when everything is gonna come back. You don't know when everything is gonna swing around, so it's a little bit difficult. You understand? That's why we try to go different ways or try different things. You understand? Probably if there's not a carnival, but there may be a music festival. So that's where an album like that would probably fit. You understand? In a world music festival sort of vibe, in probably a jazz stage, and probably something different, So for me, I just try to do that, and hope and pray that we get back to where we were, and also I've been doing research and basically trying to put out more bodies of work compared to one song or two songs. You understand? And give people more bodies of work where we change the narrative of the way people think when it comes to even purchasing music online and that kind of stuff. That business of it has been tough for a while. We come from stage, we go from island to island, country to country, just doing shows and leaving, but not really probably taking, the other side of the business, very seriously. And that's what COVID, forced us to do. We had to check that. So for me, instead of putting out one or two songs, I want to concentrate on putting out a body of work. Like I'm already working on a new album, to be launched in April of next year, if God spare, 11 brand new songs, and I want to be able to do that, just change the narrative and how people think. So that's where I'm trying to go right now. It's hard. Creating sometimes is a little tough, I ain't gonna lie, because you try. Sometimes there are days when I wake up and I was like, like Teddy, like what you really doing it for? Because, but then again, there are other days I realize how much of a passion that I have for it. And then how much of a reaction people sometimes look to me or something that I'm singing to help them go through their day. So I think, the responsibility as an artist from that point of view to realize our responsibility to the fans, is something, if we understand, then we make changes. But it's been difficult for everybody, but I'm just trying in my own way to deal with it.
An amazing, very well said, very well articulated, and I gotta say that from my chair, it is so refreshing from a musicianship basis, from a music lover basis, from a soca lover basis, that your music definitely does push the gamut in different areas, and just the creativity that is there. And again, not throwing shade at anyone, but sometimes you can get caught in a rut a little bit where the music, and this is not just soca music, this comes across all genres, where the music, it dumbs down a little bit.
And that's why a project like Caribbean Moscato is being received, the way it is, because it's a different, it's a different body of work, but it can show you that these songs can be changed into something different. When you strip out the music, you gotta make sure that's where your lyrics can make sense. So if you got lyrics that ain't making sense, you there's not much you can do with it. But when you have songs like, for me, we added spoken word, you understand, to it with KO. Kamaya, we added a guitarist called Dwight, saxophonist called Rashad. Everybody there was strictly St. Lucian, and it was all arranged by, my band, the Teddyson John Project, or the TJ Project, So we just, like I said, is just trying to have a different conversation and show what more can be done with music, compared to just soca music. I want people to look at me as a musician, and a Caribbean artist compared to a soca artist, because Caribbean I have different elements. I can do anything. I will go into a reggae, I will do reggae. I will go into a ballad, I will do ballads. I will, you know. So we just wanted to show a different kind of side.
And that comes out evident, and that's why we love your music, and I think why your fan base is so loyal.
Special collection by the TJ Project called Caribbean Moscato. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for allowing us to do us. Thank you so much for just letting us be. We feel free right now with the music, yeah? Oh Lord, let me tell you something about me. I'm not like nothing, baby. Alright, take a chance, yeah. I caught up in your days, baby. I'm amazed. Anything you want, I'll do it. Just got through the ish. Others had the chance and blew it, but now you're questioning this, baby.